Blog Talk Radio.
Here at ACIR Radio, American Communications Online, or any affiliated stations or websites are not responsible for what guests, hosts, or call-ins may say. All programming is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only.
Hello, is anybody there? I thought Theresa was going to do the introduction. Aloha and welcome. I call this Secret Space program. UFO Secret Space, that's the name of our show. And we meet Fridays, and I'm JKLessin. And I think Theresa J. Morris is here, and Susan, what's her name? Johnson. Susan Johnson. Drawing a blank because I wasn't expecting to speak. Is anybody there? Aloha. Susan, are you there? Since I'm not running the board, I don't know what's going on. So, I'm going to... I'm not muted. I'm muted. Okay. I'm going to hang up and call back in case I did something wrong. Aloha. Hello? Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
Hello, world. Hope everything's okay with you. Hope you can hear me. Got a little feedback here. So let me turn that down, and we'll see if our guest is coming back on. I don't see my guest today, but we're doing ET Alien Incarnate Hybrid Forum Conversations today with Susan Johnson will be our guest. I don't see her yet, so Susan, if you can hear, the call-in is 347-945-7207. And Susan Johnson has the likes of David Jacobs, David Icke, Jonathan Wells, three men who have been following and sharing documentaries and investigative work in a field that she likes, ufology and alienology. And Susan is an alienologist and an ontologist. And she wants to begin a weekly radio platform. And JKLessin and I have been doing shows 8 years, and Janet's had her on a few shows. So I was asking Janet if she could come on and tell us a little bit about Susan and offer some support. So let me get JKLessin of Hawaii on. I don't see Susan yet. JKLessin, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I had called earlier, and I was just talking to the air. I don't know what happened.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, so I hung up. I don't know if any of that got recorded. I don't think so. But anyway, I had a show yesterday, and Blog Talk was full of glitches, so hopefully we can get through an episode today. I'm not sure where Susan is. I can try to call her or text her and see what's going on. We just talked to her 30 minutes ago. I can't do both things. Why don't you tell everybody about yourself? And I really I can't call, and I can't do two things. So I wish I could do more. Wish I could do both things, but I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to look her up and text her.
You put some good stuff before on her.
Well, I'm just JKLessin. I've been doing these shows since 2012, but I've been working in media since I was a kid. I've been on a lot of television shows, radio shows. Main subjects are right now extraterrestrials, ufology, alienology, disclosure, contact. But I've been involved in relationship counseling and put on workshops and conferences and tantra. And hey, there she is. Is that Susan?
Yep.
Okay, Susan. Welcome to, I call it UFO Secret Space. That's my Friday show. I don't know what Theresa's calling our show, but we're doing a group broadcast, recording it on Blog Talk Radio, and you're Susan Johnson. So rather than us reading your bio, which is kind of boring, we're going to start with you telling us your story. And then when you go for about 5 minutes, if you kind of self-monitor, then you can ask us if we have feedback or additional questions. And we're going to do this dialogue for about 2 hours. Maybe we'll take a break at the top of the hour, but we're going to go for like 2 hours. And if you're getting long-winded, we're going to go, thank you. And that's your cue, like, okay, time to trade voices here. Our listeners get bored if it's the same voice going for 2 hours. So with that, Susan Johnson, take it away and tell us from the beginning, go back in your time machine to your earliest memory when you came into this physical form as Susan Johnson. Where did you land? Did you remember anything before you came in? And what was the earliest memory you have about life on planet Earth as Susan Johnson?
It started back when I was 7 years old. I had that recurring dream that we were flying the ship and we were going through the Earth solar system and we were bouncing off the gravitational fields of the planets as we were coming in. And we were in our third phase of reconversion, which in our language is called aura amplifices. And we were coming in toward the Earth, and when we went past the sun, and we were going at the speed of light because the sun looked like a solid ball of rock. That means if you're going at the same speed of something, it's standing still. That's how I knew we were going at the speed of light. And then when I came into the Earth's upper atmosphere, a black hole opened up to the right side of the ship, and everybody else was still asleep, and I was awake. As I woke up first because I'm a navigator, Masvari, they call it in our language, Svari, Asvari. And I woke up and I said, Ecna was my pilot next to me, and I said, Ecna, shift the mass away from to the black hole, not away from it. And he shifted the mass away from the black hole, and then that's when we got obliterated. Now Ecna and the rest of the crew were what they call human Nyendans. I was an Aquaruin Nyendan, which means I was an ovoid formoid, not a humanoid. Even though we look humanoid, that's why they call us formoids. We're really multidimensional beings like an ovoid. Argoid is the actual race that we're from the other universe. Well, anyway, I kept getting the same dream over and over again. And then I'd wake up cross-legged like an Indian looking at the closet in a full-blown sweat several times. So then I had to go into the library at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. I started doing my research. I looked up every parapsychology book, dream interpretation, physics, relativity, everything, trying to explain what was happening to me. And I finally figured out that it was a past life memory, because they say if you get the same dream over 3 times in a row, it's probably a past life memory. And then from there, I started getting scenes where they would take me up into the ships and show me my true parents from my true Aquaruin parents. Now, at first I thought they looked human, but they don't. They look alien. I mean, like Yissaron. I sent you a picture of Yissaron, right?
I think so, yes.
They look like them, and I felt an instant paternal, a very strong instant maternal bond to them, and I started crying. I didn't want to go back down here. I said, no, those are my real parents. I belong with them. Don't do this. Don't bring me back down here. Those aren't my real parents down there. And then that happened several times. And then they showed me the cylinders where I was conceived. And they said, from now on out, we will always have an animated body in there. So the next time you get killed, you won't have to be born anywhere else again. You'll be reanimated in one of the clones from the cylinders. And there was a bluish liquid in the cylinders, like a Gillet liquid. And then a few times after that, they started teaching me up in the ships about flying, the different panels, the different symbols, the different physics and stuff. And the physics up there is different. Once you go past 3 dimensions, once you go past the speed of light, the physics changes. And it isn't quantum either. It's similar to quantum mechanics, but different. And the only reason I know all of this is because I studied physics, electronics, mechanical maintenance, and I have degrees in those. But as a child, I would study particle physics, relativity, special relativity, nuclear physics, radioactivity, and my spare time. Everybody else was playing around and going out to parties and stuff. I would be in my room reading physics articles. And I've had ongoing experiences with them coming in my room, and then I'd go up when I'm asleep, and I dream I'm up in the ships, and I'm doing scout missions, and we even go to other planets. We did rescue missions and everything, so it's ongoing. Okay.
Okay. Are you complete with what you just said? So you're on these missions; they're ongoing. Theresa J. Morris, do you have any questions or feedback for Susan Johnson about what we covered so far?
How do we explain to people what level of existence that is, and when we're all human on the planet and we're speaking in radio waves, which we could be anywhere? So Susan, I keep calling you Suzanne, that's another friend of mine, but Susan, you know, we're setting up this across from the David Icke, Jonathan Wells likes of three men following this type of work, and you're an ontologist and an alienologist, ufologist. You've done extreme analysts. How would we compare your story to theirs? Because this platform you wanted to do today was so you could establish your own platform for you and your own people. So can you help me out here? Because we're three women versus three men. So help me out here, Suzanne. What kind of platform are you creating?
Okay, the platform I specifically want to create is specific targeted to a specific audience. I want to create a platform for alien ET incarnates, alien ET hybrids, not human ET hybrid. Okay, there's ET humans and ET alien. The ET human is like the Anunnaki, the Syrians, the Andromedans, some of the races from Arcturus, although most of them are formoids, not humanoid. Pleiadian, the common characters. The one I want to create is not the ET human ones that I just mentioned, but ET alien, which is like from Cygnus, Zeta, Taurus, other universes like Aldractity universe, Aliacron universe, Arfactinum universe, and any other kind of triune universe that's adjoining this universe through and on the boundary conditions. And I want to set up a platform for ET alien incarnates, ET alien hybrids, not ET human hybrids, if you know what I mean, and not the starseeds, because a lot of them are ET human incarnates into a regular human body. I specifically want to target those lesser known races that have not had any kind of a platform or a voice and are not being properly represented. And I want to present it as the work that we're doing, like stabilizing the sun, stopping the CMEs from hitting the Earth, and stabilizing the central planetary energy vortex of the Earth, dimensional shifting, a lot of the dimensional and energy work that we're doing, and I want present us in the true light instead of all the vilification and demonization that the other three people they paint with a wide brush. They represent us as being in the same group with the negative reptilians and the negative grays, and believe me when I say that the negative ET tall whites are in control of everything. They control the world governments. They control the evil elite. They shower them with gifts. They allow them access to their secret space fleet. And all this they're demonizing and vilifying us through the mainstream media and all these other UFO experts and stuff because they don't want us here because we're an obstacle. We're intervening and we're making everything right, which they do not want. They want control over total reality. And if they can control the Earth, they can control the whole matrix that controls the very nature of physical reality. And we're in their way because we want to make it go to its next ascension phase, and they don't want that. The other thing, we're also a threat.
Oh, could you read it? I think that's your end. Those little beeps.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so the main thing is most people who are in this field are humans experiencing